Hello and welcome to the inaugural Brain Cancer Centre National Conference. I'm Professor Doug Hilton, Head of the Brain Cancer Centre and Director of WEHI, where we're meeting in person today. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land we're meeting on here today at WEHI, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and I invite you, all participating from wherever you are, to take a moment to acknowledge your traditional owners and their elders past, present and emerging. To begin with, I'd like to welcome and sincerely thank all of the partners that make up the Brain Cancer Centre. Carrie's Beanies for Brain Cancer, Monash University, Murdoch Children's Research Institute, the Peter MacCallum Cancer Centre, the Royal Children's Hospital, the Royal Melbourne Hospital, the University of Queensland, the VCCC Alliance, and of course, WEHI. Speaking the names of these organisations together is both deliberate and important. We are aligned in the vision for the Brain Cancer Centre that one day no lives are lost to brain cancer. Each organisation has committed resources towards achieving this ambitious vision. We each understand the value of collaboration, and we are resolute in our desire to ensure that we bring the necessary people together to create discoveries and translate those discoveries into the clinic. It's a simple, but it's a radical approach. We are better together. And I'd like to ensure that everyone attending this conference fully understands how important and unique that element is for ensuring the success of the Brain Cancer Centre. Within these organisations, there is a small but unified and focused army of incredible researchers, clinicians and students who are working at pace to take us towards our vision. It's also important to acknowledge and thank each of them for their passion and commitment. As we all know, brain cancer is a dreadful disease with dismal survival outcomes that have barely changed in the last 30 years. It ranks higher than almost any other adult cancer in terms of loss of quality and duration of life. Brain cancer causes more deaths of children in Australia than any other disease, and yet our understanding of the biology of these cancers is relatively rudimentary. Improvements in care through advanced surgical and radiation techniques continue, but sadly, these have not significantly enhanced survival and quality of life for many patients with brain cancer. In the last 2 decades, just 2 new drugs, both with only modest effect, have found a role in the routine treatment of brain cancer patients. In contrast, over that time, major improvements have occurred in the treatment and survival outcomes for patients with many other cancer types. New therapies for brain cancer that truly transform patient outcomes are needed urgently. For this to be achieved, focus efforts generating new research discoveries, plus careful and expedited clinical research and trials are absolutely essential. The Brain Cancer Centre is adopting a radically different approach. We are moving from a fragmented research model to create a critical mass of researchers that are committed, coordinated, and concentrated. This is our Brain Cancer Centre Dream Team. Significant additional targeted funding will catalyse the teamwork, the recruitment, and the action needed to provide brain cancer patients the same treatment possibilities and the same hope afforded to other cancer patients. Our research strategy is built around an ecosystem that is constantly growing and expanding. Since the public launch of the Brain Cancer Centre in October last year, just 6 months ago, we've been focused on creating the backbone of this ecosystem and establishing our 4 discovery themes, which are the blood-brain barrier, immunotherapy, new medicines, and the tumour microenvironment. Each of these themes has a crucial role to play in our acceleration of understanding brain cancer. The projects we funded with each of these themes either build on current knowledge to take discoveries further, or aim to fill crucial gaps in our collective understanding of brain cancer. You'll hear more about these themes and projects that are currently funded throughout the afternoon. As important as it is to mention each of our research partners, it's also equally important to acknowledge the important role our supporters play. In establishing the Brain Cancer Centre, we are extremely grateful for the commitment from the Victorian State Government to contribute $16 million over 4 years to the Brain Perioperative Clinical Trial Platform, or, as we affectionately call it, BPOP, or BrainPop. In addition to this incredible platform, Royal Melbourne Hospital and WEHI have established the Brain Registry. This recently created registry builds on a long-standing experience of data collection at the Royal Melbourne Hospital and has now established a multi-site online resource to support comprehensive data capture of real-world treatment and outcome information for brain cancer at sites across Australia and beyond. The reciprocal opportunity for BrainPop and the Brain Registry to impact our 4 discovery themes means there is a potential for highly collaborative, productive and virtuous cycle. This involves a critical mass of researchers over decades. This models have proven incredibly effective in other cancers. It's an approach we are looking forward to embedding into the Brain Cancer Centre. Reflecting on our priorities to date, Phase 1 of the Brain Cancer Centre was clear. Invest in the first projects, establish the clinical trials program and launch our vision with the public. Our collective attention now turns to Phase 2, which has 3 key elements. Maximise the impact of our 4 foundational discovery themes by ensuring they are fully funded for the long term, with a pipeline of exciting and innovative research projects. 2. Ensure that our research themes inform our innovative BrainPop clinical trials program and vice versa, driving that virtuous cycle that I just talked about. And 3. Look to expand the reach of the Brain Cancer Centre well beyond the Parkville Precinct here in Melbourne to foster a national and even international concerted research effort. Expanding the scope and impact of the centre requires a leap of faith by government, stakeholders, institutions and philanthropists, not yet seen in this brain cancer space. This kind of momentum is what will enable us to achieve our vision that one day no lives are lost to brain cancer. This bold and ambitious vision speaks to the commitment required to take the collective efforts of the Brain Cancer Centre community forward. We've begun to build something incredibly special in the brain cancer research sector, and the excitement to grow and drive outcomes for patients now and into the future increases with each day. Again, welcome to the inaugural Brain Cancer Centre National Conference. Thank you for your attendance and support, and I hope that you find today's conference informative and inspiring. I'll now hand back over to Sam McGuan, General Manager of the Brain Cancer Centre. Thank you.